Hello, all you creative people. Thank you for being here. Welcome to my channel. I did a while back a painting with like a midnight sky up at the top and like ocean waves. Basically a horizontal, the way you saw it was a vertical, but a horizontal swipe the way that it hung. And I wanted to do that, but all over the canvas this time. I am switching up my colors a little bit. I wanted this one to be a little bit lighter and a little bit more turquoisey. And I told myself I'm not using phthalo blue, so I am using white. That's the addition this time. And I am using what color I used for the sky the last time. It's like a Prussian blue, Payne's gray. I am using a turquoise blue this time, a sky blue, a cobalt blue again, and then that turquoise green. So this is a much tealer kind of turquoisey light blue type palette, and my dark color is going to be the contrast for this one. Now, I have thought about how to do this so that, because I want to stretch it side to side to keep the horizontal lines in it. So I think what I'm going to do is pour out the base first, all the colors, and then tilt to get it over the edges. And then they're not going to be perfect. And then I'll swipe and then I'll tilt it side to side and maybe a little bit back and forth. But I don't know if it's going to work, but let's see together. Let's paint. All right, so I think to start, and again, I just kind of swoosh these in all kinds of different motions. It does not have to be, and I think I'm gonna save a little bit of since this is my only like real dark color, I'm gonna save a little bit to go back on top. I am gonna pour enough paint to try to cover this entire canvas, and I am gonna go closer to the sides. I'm gonna save a little bit of the white as well. Closer to the side so that I don't have to stretch it as much, but I want to make sure that I get these colors all the way through it. Swirling them like this instead of laying them down in horizontal lines really gives the colors to kind of swoosh through all the swipes, and I like that. Okay, so here we go in with this color. It's my sky blue light here. You can just make that yourself if you don't have it by mixing in some phthalo blue or primary blue with some white. It'll give you a pretty powder blue color. Here's my cerulean blue. And I am getting pretty good coverage of the canvas, so that is nice. Everybody can tell me, how is life in the comments? Like, how are things going? Things have been a little crazy everywhere, so let me know. Are you getting creative? Are you able to paint? Did you go on vacation this summer? We went on a cruise. It was so much fun. We went with our friends. So much fun. Okay, so I've got that around all my edges, and I've got a pretty good amount in the center. Now for my last little bit, I think I'll do the white. Just one more kind of little all over the place. And then one more of the, again, kind of all over the place. That should be good. Okay, doesn't look like much now, but hopefully it is gonna look like something when I'm done. I just really love the big, bold colors all the way across the canvas. I'm actually going to put my gloves on now so that I can stretch this part out. So yeah, I'm going to try to stretch this, I think, all the way over my edges to start. When I first started painting, actually, I made paintings that look just like this, just with ribbon pours. So this is not the craziest of ideas to just pour them out on a canvas and have fun. Okay, so I got that part covered. Now I'm going to touch up my sides a little bit, and it doesn't particularly matter which color because all the colors are here on the canvas. I do want a little bit of this darker color right there. I think I'm going to take the gloves back off because I like feeling the palette knife directly in my hand. So I'll have to put these back on, but I mean, it's actually really pretty the way it is. That's what I was saying. Like, I used to make just paintings like this. There was nothing wrong with that. Okay. Let me give it a good torch again. Yeah, you probably can't see it on the camera, but I could see a lot of air bubbles pop there. Okay, so I hope I'm still in frame. All right, let me take these off for a second. And I'm going to use my white for this one. You could use black, and I think that would be fine, or another color if you wanted. But I enjoy the way this white reacts with these blue colors. And I felt like it needed to be light. I do have a lot of cerulean blue that kind of took over. Okay, so I'm going to start very close to the bottom, and I'm going to let these swipes meet each other. So close to the sides and close to the bottom. And you see how blending the colors like this, you get all the different colors in between it. Instead of just, if you had done it all horizontal, you would have just gotten one color. Like this is probably just going to be one color of cerulean blue. I'm almost out of my swipe catalyst. I need to make up some more. And if you have not checked out my swipe technique supply guide, it is underneath the video. It is free for you to download. I made like a little guide for everybody. And then if you really want to dive into the swipe technique, I have my swipe technique course still. So make sure you check that out as well. Okay, I think I'll come this way on this one. And I want that bottom to kind of meet the other swipe. Picking it up a little bit at the end, but I'm going to tilt that off, and I'm going to tilt this side as well. That's why I still left a good amount of paint on there. And I like some of these just striations that happen through there. Ooh, this is pretty. Pretty, pretty, pretty. All right. Oh, I hope I'm going to have enough. I will. I'll have enough swipe catalyst. What am I talking about? Okay, I think I'm going to do the same thing. I think I'm going to come through this one here as close to that edge as I can get. And then if I do have some blocks of color left over, that's totally okay. And I do want that to stretch out a little bit more so that it's not such small lacing there. I started that one over there, so I'm going to start this one back over here. Maybe I will leave that little, just those tiny little areas of negative space to like let your eye kind of rest through there. And then I can always make striations in it later if I need. Whew, that paper towel is a goner. And I normally, when I edit my videos back, I realize that I wipe it on my apron a lot. Along with my hands, obviously, but I was like, that's why they get so dirty and crusty. All right. Okay, so I'm already seeing this one, I think I'm probably going to try to stretch all that off this side. This side's actually looking better. I think it's just my hand placement and the pressure that I'm able to put on it. Yeah. I'm not applying pressure to the back as much as I can to the palette knife. And when you do, that's what you'll see. But I'm okay with it because I like this motion. All right. I'm going to put my gloves back on, and then the true test, if I can stretch it to the ends and then stretch it to the sides, because I feel like everything's going to flow that way a little bit. I'm actually okay if nothing else changes because I already stretched it over. Maybe I don't stretch it anymore over the sides. Maybe I just let those drip. I think that is what I might do. So I'm really happy I stretched this whole thing out to each side first. But I am going to, so the weight of the paint was actually way back over there by me. So I'm interested to see how this is going to flow off of this canvas now, because the paint's then in turn going to be all the way over there before it gets back over here. I should have left just a little bit more paint on the canvas. I want to get that corner, but I don't want to mess everything up. I feel like I have a lot of paint coming off that edge. And I feel like the best thing to do would be to turn it around and stretch it to the other side, facing you again. So here we go, spinning like a pizza box. Woo! Okay, I only got a tiny little bit on me. All right, let's stretch this back out to the other side. And like I said, now I can see the weight of my paint was all the way back on this side. So we'll just have to give this a second to get it to move well. And I feel like I was about to lose that. Okay, come on, you can do it. Oh, I already know that I love this one. This is so pretty. It's very abstract. The lines aren't quite horizontal. For you, you're seeing them vertical, but straight across is what I mean. But it's definitely giving me waves. Oh, I love it. Oh yeah, done. I'll show you. Okay, so again, you're seeing it this way, but I plan for it to hang this way. So when I show you the dried result, you'll be able to see it. That's that spot that I went over again. That was just kind of the only big spot of dark blue. And I actually like it. Look at those beautiful cells that popped up. And then there. And I like that this was like a more turquoisey. But I'm definitely glad that I added the Payne's Gray in there. Look at that. Look at that. That right there is why I love swipes. But yeah, just a full canvas, kind of almost like a controlled swipe. Look at that. Super pretty. Really happy with that one. All right, let's see how it dries. What do we think? I like it. I actually flipped it upside down from the way I originally thought, because these lines down here I felt were a little bit heavier, and I feel like that secures it, kind of anchors it to the bottom. They're not quite horizontal, but I love the motion. Looks like rippling water to me. So I'll take you in. Oh, I really, really like this one. I like this size canvas too, 18 by 24. It is a little bit obviously, bigger than the 16 by 20, but it's still a good, height and width dimension that it could go in like a smaller space. But I really like it. What do we think? All right. Thank you, everybody, for watching. This one was super fun. All right. Happy painting. Bye.